You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse Radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse Radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Well, welcome to another edition of Reasoning Thursdays. Each and every Thursdays, right here on the Powerhouse Radio. So spread the word, tell a friend and a family member that yes, we are here. We are here. Yeah, because I know I said to several individuals that it's a possibility we may not be on because of the Christmas holidays and all of these things. But yeah, we're here. So spread the word and log on and get your friends and everyone to log on and let them know that Reasoning Thursdays is kicking up. We are guani over here and these things. Happy holidays to
Woo, hoo, hoo. Ho, ho, ho.
ho, yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, we just happy to be here, and there was so many things that was happening that we most definitely had to come on and share a lot of what's going on with each and every one, and for us to reason on it because that's what we do. We reason, and we agree to disagree, and yeah, we reason on everyday topics, not even just everyday, just things,
Mhm.
things. Yeah. So topics that you all have asked us to reason on, and topics that is in the news that sometimes it doesn't get all the exposure I feel that it needs to get. You know, so we definitely have to let each and everyone know. I'm just babbling. I'm here looking for stuff and I'm babbling while I'm talking. Let me be quiet. Let me say what's up to our co-host, our hosts, our other hosts, um, Queen and Darespecta. How are you all doing? Say hi to your listeners.
Good, 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 good. Big up, big up, big up, big up, everyone.
So,
Thanks for tuning in.
All right, we'll keep it short and
Merry
sweet.
Christmas,
You hear the
blessed New
inspector
Year.
way low back there in the mist. You hear him. I'm gonna try to turn him up a little bit more.
Sure.
The inspector, you sound way low in the mist there. Speak up, speak up,
No, can you hear me better now?
man. Either
One,
your
two, one,
voice,
two.
either
One,
your
two, one,
voice
two.
soft and tender. I don't
One,
know
two,
how
one,
you.
two.
I don't know if you how you is a DJ, and your voice so soft and tender.
Hmm?
Is that better?
Yes, it sounds much better. It sounds a lot better. Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know what's going on.
I'm telling you, you're just so soft and tender. Your voice, like I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, you so
I'm
nice.
telling you,
Oh, come you
it
so
must be
nice.
Thursday.
It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday, man. Alrighty. On our welcome, if it's your first time joining us, we want to thank you for joining us. Want to say big ups to all of our sponsors for the Powerhouse Radio, and thank you all for continuing to support us and all the outlets that we are streaming live on. You can listen to us on your telephone lines at 667-930-9036. You could listen to us via the Facebook, the YouTube, our website, www.dapowerhouseradio.com. Tuning apps. Yeah, all of those outlets you can definitely listen to us with. And we thank you for joining us and listening. Well, we're going in our reasoning topics. We definitely have Melissa Silvera, and she is the wife of PNP parliamentarian Joylyn Silvera. And we have in the mix Tylenol, ADHD, and autism. What the ruling was on that, because it's a case that's been going on. We also have in the mix, are we are melanated skin people prepared? Do they know what's going on? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about these devices as well. We're going to reason on these devices as well, that we're putting into our bodies, that a lot of persons are putting in their bodies, and what is going on with that. We're going to reason on that. Big up yourself, Donna. Donna says, good evening, all. Blessings to you, my sister. And you know what? Before I even go any further, we're going to finish the topics, and then I'm going to say something. We're going to talk about, are the melanated skinned people ready? Exploding these devices. What's going on with these devices? Touch a little bit of Rudy Giuliani. We have Trump, a little bit of Trump in the reasoning. We have Congress and Biden. The impeachment inquiry has been voted on. So we're going to reason on that a little bit, and what exactly does all of that mean. Queen brought to our attention that the dengue fever is rampant in Jamaica. So if you all, for the Christmas and holiday, I know a lot of us are traveling over to Jamaica. I think we, just be precautious,
Wear your mask.
wear your mask, and get yourself taken care of. Blessings to you, Don Minot. Don Minot says good evening to everyone.
Evening.
Blessings to you as well. Man, I'm telling you, there's a lot going on in the news. So how about we just do y'all want us to get Biden out the way? Are we going to start with the Melissa Silvera, the PNP parliamentarian's wife, whom is reported that she was shot 3 times?
Get Biden out the way.
To be exact. We just, so let's get Biden out the way, right? All righty.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we also have Tylenol, the ruling on that, and that exploding in our chest is very important. So we have some hot reasoning going on. But Joe Biden, well, the Republican U.S. House of Rep has voted to formally authorize the impeachment, right? Inquiry to Joe Biden. So the Republican, there was a vote, and it was decided 221 to 212, right, in favor of it. And obviously we know that the Republicans, all of the Republicans this time has voted for it, for the process. And the Democrats, as we know, all of them voted against it.
Yeah.
So where does that lead us, Queen?
Honey, it's a whole lot of bangarang, because what happened is that they are tying Biden into his son. So they're wondering, really, it's all stem around is they're just being nosy, I think. And a lot of politicians do have family working for them and whatever. So I don't know what the difference is. But anyway, they want to know how Biden made his billions. And they're tying Biden and his son, they're putting them together because, his son did admit to being guilty for extortion and racketeering and all that stuff. So evidently, they're saying that, I guess because that's his father, they're saying Biden is involved in it too, and they want to know how funds were allocated and how they come about with that money, and they're serious about it. They want to know.
Yeah, but Hunter Biden, he didn't. I didn't read where he said he admitted. He said that he will make a statement if it was to be a public statement. He doesn't want to do anything behind closed doors in any of his statements that he made, because his words can be misconstrued or changed around. So he wants to make a statement to the public, in public, nothing behind closed doors, and that has not been granted to him.
Right, and that's what it is. They want him to talk. But the thing is that what I'm saying is that, remember, a while back they did indict him, and he did admit to some degree of racketeering and money laundering and what have you.
Okay.
So what he's talking about is talking about his father, and I don't think they should pressure him to do that either. If they feel that the president is doing something wrong, then they should investigate it. I don't fight against that. Investigate it, see what is going on. But I mean, in Washington, there's a lot of corruption that goes on there. So
Well,
who knows?
they did have converse into it, conversations, and they were doing some investigation back, I think, when Trump was in office, and it was found unwarranted because
Right.
individuals there, I think Zelensky was one of their names or something,
Mm-hmm.
and some
Mm-hmm.
other one said that there was nothing but phone calls. And in a 10-year period, they spoke to Biden, must have been 20 times, and it had nothing to do with the arrangements nor the dealings that
Yeah.
that was taking place between themselves and Hunter Biden. So we'll see where this goes. Which
It's election time. All these crap comes up when it's close to
where it
election.
goes, but we know that it's not going to go far because
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
what they've done is just voted on the inquiry that is taking
Yeah.
place. But
Yeah.
it's just that is just,
Mm-hmm.
they can do
Mm-hmm.
whatever they want. But remember, the Senate, the Democrats are still in control of the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's going to end up the same way as Trump situation did with the impeachment. They can go forward and say, okay, we impeach, but now here
Yeah.
comes the Senate, and
Mm-hmm.
the Senate is the only one that can convict and remove an individual from office.
And they have to have
So,
enough evidence, concrete evidence.
no,
I
the
mean,
Senate, whether you have concrete evidence or not concrete evidence, if the Senate says they are not convicting and removing the president will not be convicted or removed. The Senate has the last vote. This is what I read.
mhm.
The Senate has the last vote.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he can be impeached in the House, such as um, Donald Trump was on two. I think it was two occasions Donald Trump was impeached in the House, but
Mm-hmm.
they could not convict him nor remove him
Mm-hmm.
from being the president, because at that time it was a Republican who was holding the Senate.
Yeah, they were
So
majority.
that's basically what's going to happen again. Even if the proceedings are taking place, it's a waste of taxpayers' money. It's a waste of time when there are so many other things that should be precedent to what to everyday situations, for them to waste people time on this over allegations, because themselves, where I was reading, the Republican themselves is saying it's baseless, but they want to know. It's just a way to, like you said, it's election time, cast
Mm-hmm.
a shadow, make it look horrible
Yeah.
for the Democrats, and
Mm-hmm.
there it goes. And there should be something against that as well. Having to waste taxpayer money and having
Yeah.
to waste people's time, I mean, I guess they feel that they're
And
not.
like you said, this was done before during the Trump during the Trump and Biden election. So why repeat the same thing over again?
Yeah.
Nothing has changed. I mean,
So we'll see what comes out of it, which
yeah,
know that unless some Democrats say, okay, I'm going to go for this, then we definitely know that nothing is coming out of it. It's basically
yeah.
a waste of taxpayers' money. And this is the reason, once again, I'm going to reiterate to our listeners, and hopefully they will pass on these videos and stuff. It is important for us to vote in our local elections of whom we're putting into office and taking out some of these old bigots out of these seats and get some fresh minds up in there.
Mm.
Okay, so it's all of so Biden Biden is going to be what, the eighth one to
The,
be impeached, and
mm.
and
Eat a guinea pig.
he's not a guinea pig. He's the eighth one to say impeached. The only ones they ever did it for, I forget. There was one more, but there was Trump, there was Bill Clinton, and there was one more. I forget his name. That I mean, it's just honestly a waste of time. So we'll watch the process and we'll see what is going to go on. And I think that voters should use this to say to the representatives in office that, listen, you waste our money when our money could have been going to a lot more important things than than where you sending our money right now.
You
And
know, lady, when I saw this and I started looking into this, you know what came into my mind?
uh-huh.
Jamaica need to have a system like this. I mean, where you have people that are inquiring about the finances and the dealings of the government and impeaching their butt if they're not doing the right thing. We need we need some constitution like this here. I mean, Jamaica. I mean, they need to adapt some of these, laws and bylaws.
Yeah, yeah.
Really, really, because look how
That's even
quickly
what.
they can determine this. Jamaica, they're doing so much corruption, and nobody still can't account for these things, and it's happening every day, every day, every day.
Yeah, but isn't it? Isn't Can we not say that Jamaica somewhat have that? That isn't that what the PNP or the JLP is? Isn't that what they do in the House of Parliament? Isn't it basically similar to what they're doing here?
It's similar, but it's not being, like I said, it's corrupted down there. I mean, here you have watchdogs, we call them watchdogs. You have watchdogs that make sure certain things is going right and certain things is being done correctly. Jamaica is just the two party. There is no in between, and there is no accountability for what is being done because there is no one in between to monitor what they are doing.
I
Here,
agree.
they have these people, they call them the watchdogs, and they watch what's going on, and whatever is not right, they put it out there to the public.
And we get back to the same thing of the fear in Jamaica for persons to really be any watchdog. You know,
Mhm.
they're afraid to they're even afraid to march, much less to say we have a watchdog. I don't know. It's a sad thing. It's a sad
I
thing. The
know.
respecter, go ahead.
But Hunter did came out and he spoke privately without the Republican knowing about it. And he admit the wrongdoings where the drugs are concerned.
Mhm.
He
Right.
apologized. And then he said his father has nothing to do with his finances. Whatever finance he has is because of his doing. His father don't have nothing to do with it. But the Republicans still took that as evidence and decided to move forward. Now, what I believe the Republicans are doing is to distract from what's going on with Trump. They definitely do not want for Biden to win another term and then step down and give it to a woman, especially a black woman. That is what most of this country is fearful of.
Yeah.
That a black woman will become president, thanks to Biden, next year.
Yeah.
And they're showing their true colors and thinking no one is recognizing what's really going on. If they get Biden out this year or next year, then they don't have to worry about a woman president automatically becoming a woman president because Biden will step down or he gets sick or whatever may happen, and then Kamala is the president automatically. They don't want that. So they're trying everything within their powers to avoid that from happening. And what Queen said about the dog watchers and all that, it doesn't matter where you are, what country. The Republicans, every politician have somebody that's slipping money in their pockets. They all are taking money from somebody. And somebody know that somebody's taking money from somebody, but no one is going to expose that person. So none of them is clean. They all are crooked. In Jamaica, America, Canada, wherever in the world, they all are crooked. They all are not doing the right thing by the citizens. And truthfully, we have to stop defending these politicians, these presidents, because none of them defend us. They don't give a crap about us. And we keep caring about them and defending them and fighting for them. And they don't deserve it. Not one president out of all the many, many presidents did the right thing by keeping their promises, America keeping its promise, and give black people what black people deserve. None of them made that effort to put money back in what that was promised to us. None of them. And think about how many presidents were presidents during the time of Mandela, 27 years, and not one of them fought for Mandela, pardon Mandela, tried to. But look what they're doing with wars outside of America. How quickly they give billions to this one and go and rescue that one, and so on and so forth. I mean, a positive change has to come, and it's because most people are fearful, including myself. Nobody really want to get run upon, but we can't keep being afraid to speak it. Every chance we get, we gotta speak it. If God is real and God is for us, we need to stop worrying. And it's about time God show up and turn these people's light off. Because Biden is not better than Trump. Trump is not better than Biden. They all are crooked.
Yeah. You speak it.
I'm calling it like it is.
Call it
Look
like
how long
it is.
been poverty. Look how long people been on welfare. Why people are on welfare? Because it's designed that way. Keep certain people pushed back into a lower sectors of the country and call them poor people. What those people mean, the black people? Look at what's going on at the border. They refuse to do the right thing at the border, but they're trying to do the right thing by these wars. Billions and billions to Ukraine. For what? One of those $1 billion back to Mexico government, do this so your people can stay in Mexico. Ecuador, all the countries that are migrating from that country. It's a game they're playing with us, so we need to stop it. Fight for them and defend them. They don't deserve it.
Boy, respecter, tell it like it is. Yeah, it's just like that. I agree with everything that you have to say right there. Donna Moody says a lot of racketeering and money laundering is being done throughout politics.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. Most definitely. It is. It is. It is. You hit that one on the head, Donna. It definitely is. Yeah. Lots of racketeering and money laundering is going on, and it's
Yeah.
going on, and that's politics around the world.
Yep.
It's not just politics in Jamaica or politics or just politics in America. It's all around the world. What's going on is going on.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, the difference in some country is that they still do for their people. I was watching a flick with Panama, and I'm telling you, if you see how that place is so developed, and I mean, and business running and what have you. And I said, look at that. Look at Barbados. They say he's one of the best prime minister there is. She care about her countrymen. You have yes, you have corruption, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't have corruption. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you need to care about your people also. Do for your people. I mean, they're the one that put you in power, so you need to think about them, the ones who put you there. Think about them and care about them. I mean, that's your countrymen. And if you don't care about them, who the heck is gonna care about them? And right now, some of these countries, they just don't care about their people,
Yeah.
including mine.
And that's what the issue is. Everyone is
Mm-hmm.
for themselves, and they give all these false promises that yes, we're for the
Mm-hmm.
people, we're making all these false promises, and and then they're totally just for themselves. And so I bring it right back to, once again, us knowing, us going out and voting, and
Mm-hmm.
making our voice be heard through those ways, through the
True
poll
thing.
on whom we're putting in these House seats and these Senate seats and all of the seats,
Mm-hmm.
in the presidential seats. We need to really, really be mindful, and as in Jamaica with politics as to parties, is the same thing that goes on here in America as to parties. You know, persons are voting for who mama voted for or who daddy voted for. I mean, it's that's how politics is all around the world. Not even
Mm-hmm.
just here in Jamaica.
True.
No one goes off on the limb, and the majority does not go off of the limb and say, okay, I'm going to choose another way to go about this. Everyone goes to generational parties, you know, uh, grandpa, grandma, grandpa, great grandpa, great grandpa. I mean, all of them has always been under the same party. No one has necessarily branched off. Some have, but the majority has not branched off. If you're a Republican, they're die-hearted Republican.
Mm-hmm.
Laborite, they're die-hearted Laborites. Democrats, die-hearted Democrats. You understand? And Republicans, die-hard. I mean, it's just the thing. So until we break our mind frame and make a change,
Mm-hmm.
continue to be the same thing
The same thing. Mm-hmm.
and over and
Mm-hmm.
over and over.
It's
So
sad.
it's a
Mm-hmm.
sad thing, but we know that not much is going to come out of this impeachment more than taxpayers' money that could have been allocated somewhere else. Okay, that's basically what I feel is going to come out of that. Taxpayers' money wasted, and that could have been allocated to education, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
healthcare and other things that those money could have been
I think
allocated to
God
it.
needs to do something to shook this world up.
How much more you want God do? God not send earthquake on this thing.
Nah,
God is
nah,
giving us God,
that
God
is
give
not
them the
God
signs,
because
Spectre. No,
Look on the whole earthquake storm. Look on right now them have mudslide in some of these Caribbean islands for the storm we just blow through a while ago.
okay, what you say there,
it's not
Spectre?
God.
Huh?
I'm not God that.
Okay.
I don't got that, I would that.
Your book is gonna move for the evil, wicked ones. He's
Uh-huh.
not gonna destroy innocent people. It's innocent people just being destroyed by this tsunami and this hurricane and so on and so forth, earthquake.
Yeah.
And our rich, powerful, hateful people being destroyed. It's poor people. So
Yeah.
that's definitely not God. I know
Definitely.
most people want to say it's only one God and ignore Lucifer and the other gods. The other,
So it's really bulldoze, them a bulldoze underneath the earth, right?
From
Cause all of that. Eh?
man
And that's
catastrophes, man-made catastrophes.
they trust, they channeling, they channel it
Mhm,
under the earth, under the
mm,
ocean.
mm,
And
mm, mm.
that's what they're doing. And they're trying to destroy as many of us as they can without we realizing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
That's basically what it is. God
Yeah.
is only was supposed to be a white world. So they think they're the only one that's supposed to be on earth.
Well, we definitely reasoned on that last week. Yeah. We
Mhm,
on the the elimination of
mhm.
melanated skin people are the decrease, the elimination to decrease the amount of melanated persons. Yeah.
Next,
Yeah.
When we talk about corruption, it's just it's sometimes it's really devastating. Look at that young lady, that them people that remember the incident where they bulldozed those people houses. Me say, see how the government wicked, how them want turn people against each other. You saw they build one house and give the girl two, she did friend up with the prime minister
And then
and nothing else, just the one house.
we are also bundle
yep,
because nobody else.
that's the
How
plan.
is she alone supposed to live in the scheme?
I mean,
I mean, how
so much
she supposed to
corruption.
live the scheme, you know? And the corruption brings us straight into, Melissa Silvera,
That too, yeah.
parliamentary, wife, whom
Hmm.
that right there is a huge corruption.
It's a lot of
So
craziness with
deep
that
into it
one.
because how on earth I want to know whom is going to be held accountable. The report, and imagine this was November 10th. It has been 1 month
Hmm.
and what, 11 days
Yeah.
before something has a little bit less than 11 days before
Hmm.
something has came out in regards to that this is possibly or not is but not was but is possible is a murder.
Murder. Hmm.
And
It's
was
strange.
shot 3 times.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
is blood?
Yeah. Well, yes, that's what they're saying. Did they move her? What? What?
What happened?
Her son found her, and she was nude. She was naked.
I mean, like, how could officials go into that house
Mm-hmm.
don't realize that this woman was shot?
Was shot.
All right, maybe you can't see the amount of bullet holes, but you must be able
Some blood.
to see the blood.
Unless it wasn't done there, because blood would be splattered. You shot 3 times, blood should be splattered all over. It don't sound like it was done there. It's like they did it and placed her body there.
Yeah, but I mean, if they did it and brought her there, you don't think even a little bit of blood should have been
All that too. All that too.
even a little bit of blood should have
Hey,
been
all
there.
kind of craziness going on in Jamaica, you know. Hey, we Donna.
See, no. Bless the coroner for coming forth,
Mm-hmm.
speaking up,
Oh,
and
mm-hmm.
not suppressing the
Yeah. The
situation.
findings, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No,
Because
because
them two police, the inspector and the police officer, they were covering up whatever they were covering up, because evidently from what they're saying, the husband called because he's a friend of that inspector individual, and he called him, and he sent a police officer over there, and like he would instruct him not to inform anyone of him going over there. It's a lot of mix up, and a lot of craziness with this case here.
it's a crime, and persons from the police officers to the parliamentary, the PNP, the husband, all of them should be held accountable, because you know what? This caused for false report. This caused that the crime scene, wherever it was altered. If the proper, if the proper cause of death was from the beginning, not she died in her sleep, but she was dead in the bed from gunshot wounds, they could have secured that home and had tried to get some form of evidence as to what took place. Okay? It's a month and a half. Everything has been altered in the home. Carpets has been taken away, have been removed, and now there's tile floors. Um, Bed has been changed. All these things, all of the evidence is gone.
Mm-hmm.
All of the evidence at this point is gone. A
Mm-hmm.
month and how many days? All of the
Yeah.
evidence is gone. There's Where is the bed? That must trash and burn up by now. Where is the
Hmm.
carpet and stuff? That must burn up by now, because he removed the carpet, the beds, the everything out of there. So somebody has to be held
Chris,
accountable
what
for
that what that remind you? What that case remind you? Whose case that remind you of?
the Donnelly.
The Donnelly Donaldson case.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah.
this Donnelly Donaldson did not have a whole month and change before they in
Mm-hmm.
this
No, but
whole month. This is a whole month, and this is a high figured person that
mm-hmm.
it should have been investigated in its entirety of
Mm-hmm.
his wife being murdered. So
Murder, yeah.
who was in the room?
Yeah.
The respecter?
I forgot I had it on mute.
Go
I
ahead.
said,
Mm.
is a possibility
Mhm.
that the man came home and there was something going on. Somebody else is there that's probably missing and will never be found. And he ended up killing that lady. That's his wife?
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
man?
Yeah. Somebody
There's
Yeah.
no
somebody was saying he might have caught her. They were saying he might have caught her with somebody and shoot her, kill her.
But where's
Right.
the other one?
But
Maybe
then
If
somebody
where's the other body?
knows
Yeah, that
the
too.
other person is, if you found her in bed with
that
someone,
there's a lot of cover up going on.
and
A
and
lot of
and
speculation, yeah, too.
nowhere,
Hmm.
there's nowhere in the news or anywhere of any marital bliss. There's
Yeah.
no in the news that they were on the men. They just, they have little children as well.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I wonder if this lady knows more. This lady had vital information.
Yeah.
He came home. In order for her to be naked, he came home and somebody else was there. And that person was taken away somewhere.
Why
But
they
and
call officer.
Never could. You never know. They said she was naked, and he said, "Cover her up, cover her up. I don't want to see her like that." That's what the inspectors, the person who was inside the room with her, the people, the police people, said. He said, "Cover her up, cover her up. I don't want to see her like that."
I would equate that to saying, okay, you don't want to see.
I
Your
was thinking because she died, but I
yeah,
mean, from their saying the way how he said that and whatever, they would think that he would want them to investigate it and what have you and see what's going on and what have you. But it's like he's
they
hindering them from
should
investigating, doing what they're supposed to be doing.
they should have had him to leave the room. You're contaminated.
That too.
Whether it's a natural cause of death or whatever, you don't know. That's why you have a coroner to come out and to assess the situation and to move the body.
Yeah, that man is suspect number one.
He's supposed to be suspect, and
Mhm.
the attorney them don't stop or put out there that he's not considered a suspect.
Suspect, yeah.
What do
Mhm.
you mean? You can't exclude anyone, especially
At this point, yeah.
with the situation at hand. This lady
Hmm.
was shot 3 times. Where was she shot 3 times? And if she was shot in that bed 3 times, then there's supposed to be
Where's the blood?
there.
Mhm.
So whomever came there and saw this woman dead in that bed, all of them need to go down. All
Mhm.
of them need to
Yep.
go for
Yep.
conspiracy to murder,
Mhm.
cover up of
Mm-hmm.
murder. Every last one of them.
Mhm.
There should be a lot of fingerprints in that place.
Yes. But listen,
Mhm.
there cannot be anything in that place because all evidence.
Move
And of
like
course,
Donnelly, like Donnelly Donaldson case. Hey, them Jamaican people, them suck me,
what were you saying, the respecter?
Been removed on white clean.
White clean.
Mhm.
So there's no longer any evidence. Whom That's why I say, and I stand firm with it. Any individual that came to that house and did not report it as a crime possibly took place there, all of them needs to pay. All of them needs to go down. Each and every one of them needs to get time to be served in prison
Yeah,
for cover up.
there's a lot of things being pulled.
Yes.
A lot of cover up going on.
And the number one suspect should be the husband. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yep,
I'm
no
sorry.
doubt about it.
Because if he is there and you're saying he's saying, cover her up, I don't want to
Yeah.
see her, then therefore he knew that she was shot too.
That's what they said. Yeah, that's what they're saying. And first I was saying, was it because she was naked? Was it what is it? Because if he didn't know there was shots, because from what they're saying, they didn't know she was shot.
Well,
They just saw her dead. So I mean, was it from her nakedness he was saying covering her up? What was it?
all of them in the know. So
So
the
you
woman,
see,
All of that.
what
All of that.
started everything.
huh?
What he originally said started everything. Cover her up, and everything started to become clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't take the sight of the blood and whatever else was evident in that room. And the rest of them covered it up. And
Yep.
all need to go down for it. Every last one of them that went into that room would be held accountable
Mm-hmm.
for not giving.
Yeah, because that's what they're saying. Somebody get you don't call, you are gonna call, and then him as an inspector supposed to know differently. You're gonna send a police officer over there if you go take a look. Hey, that don't make no sense. This man gonna call you and tell you, say I came and my wife found my wife dead, and you gonna send one man to go take a look, one police officer to go take a look?
First of all, even if he came and found it, that you don't know if she died from natural causes. You don't know what she died for. So therefore, all of the police should have been brought in. The coroner's office should have been brought in. All of that should have been. And then that coroner, it don't take. Well, I'm not gonna say no.
Hmm.
I got ready to say it should not have taken the coroner 1 month and change to come up with,
Three
cause
shots.
of death. But I'm not going to say that because when Chris passed away, it took them almost a month and a half, almost 2 months to get to do an autopsy to give a cause of death. So whom was on the crime scene should have saw that took place. Should have saw that this woman had holes. It's what that took right there. You had to have seen that this woman had holes in her body if she was laying there naked. Come on.
Mm, mm.
Come on. Come on.
God, we watch crime scene all the time here, and the policeman going and they can't tell you everything where they found it before even the coroner.
Cover up. And I hope that
Cover up.
Jamaica police force
Mm.
bring charges against each and every one of them in there, which I don't hold my breath, but faith and hope, as small as a mustard seed, hopefully it can work.
Mm.
Okay. Sleep in peace, Miss Silvera, which I know that if it's, I don't
Yeah.
think that you can sleep in peace until you're
It's
cracked.
a brutal death. That's a terrible death.
Right. Okay. So that's a sad one right there. It's very, very sad.
Not even one time, 3 time. Why? They want to get rid of her, man.
Yeah.
That sound like a rage, like rage.
That's an overkill.
That sound like rage, yeah.
That's an overkill. Okay. Yeah.
That
So
sounds like adult behavior.
yeah, that's an
Yeah,
overkill. Yeah.
yeah.
But the bottom line is, okay, the kill was there. Somebody
Mm,
has to be held accountable.
mm,
Not even someone, several persons are to be held accountable. Everybody that went there and did not
mm,
do the right thing,
mm,
they
mm.
ought to be held accountable for it. Tylenol, ADHD, and autism. Well, a big ruling has came back and is not in favor of the plaintiffs, and it opens back up a whole can of worm um with persons and the ADHD community, the individuals who children are suffering from that, and now into adulthood they're suffering, and autism
Yeah.
is suffering. But it is it is alleged that is a genetic thing. It is not from Tylenol, because there's a whole bunch of lawsuits out there that that is saying that persons have filed saying that they feel that their loved ones took Tylenol while their loved ones are affected by the Tylenol that was taken when they were pregnant. Okay, but a judge, what's her name? What's her name?
Boy.
Judge Denise Corte has ruled that not in the favor of the plaintiffs. So it opens up a whole bag of worms again, as to persons have to just be diligent in knowing what they're doing when they're pregnant, and not taking any of these drugs if you feel that this is what is causing it. They stand by Johnson's and all of them stand by um their statements as to they are not responsible for anything, any their medications, their antisamidafine is not responsible for any autism or ADHD, and that those medicines are safe during pregnancies. I personally, I have not taken any of those when I was pregnant with my children. I didn't take any of the pills, and my kids them to this they always say everything I gas for your mommy because if my head hurts me, I feel like I need to take a nap. I feel like I need to take a nap or I need to get a cup of tea because I'm gassed up or something to that effect. That's what I always tell myself, you know. So I don't take any of this. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do any of those things while I am pregnant. Some persons would say that it's fine to smoke um, weed and stuff like that when you are pregnant, but I don't do that. I don't think it's good for, and I don't believe that it's good for any for you to do. You have persons that have done it and it's not a problem. Their children come out fine, nothing no wrong, all of that. That's fine, you know. But that's just my belief on it. So for the parents whom was that's filed these charges and nothing is going to come out of it, and more than it's bringing this situation back to the limelight. So they're saying it's so for those whom is not aware, they're now saying that it is a genetic thing. It's passed on from family to family, autism and ADHD. So that's something that you all can look into if you all were feeling that if your child has these diagnoses and you all are feeling that something that you've taken or something that you've done is the cause of it. What they're saying is that what this judgment kind of sort of is saying is that no, it's not. And this judge here um, sides with the defendants in saying that you know how do you all feel about that one right there? The respect.
Well,
No comment on that dropping, right?
I mean, hmm, I
Yeah.
mean, they're
Yeah.
gonna defend themselves. They're gonna protect themselves in any way they can. All of these things are cover up. All of these chemicals, it affect you after a while. I mean, and they spend billions of dollars to prove that it can't, even though we know that it could. It's not natural, or anything that is not natural can affect you, especially a child whose brain is being developed.
Yeah.
Right?
And once
Anyway,
saying there's no admissible evidence, there's there's a critical lack of admissible evidence. So that's what it basically come down to research. And
yeah.
what they're saying is with all of the researches and all of what they're doing, she does not see the connection, you know. So hey.
She might have been paid off too. Anyway, oh, pharmaceutical company. She might
Oh,
have been paid off too. We talking about pharmaceutical company.
we need to go herbally. We need to go herbal wise and
Okay.
pharmaceutical business. Donna says, "Oh, Donna had said yes. I guess because Queen was calling her name." And then Donna says, "I don't believe in hereditary diseases, but I do believe mental illness is something inherited." Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Mhm, mhm.
That's an
That's,
interesting thought
that's a topic right there too. Yeah.
to illness is inherited. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in a few. All right. Yeah. So we're going to get Donna on the line soon and hear what she has to say about this mental illness is inherited and why. And why that thought? What's your thought on that, the respecter?
On the
Do you
pills?
think that mental illness is inherited?
Yeah. No, you're sounding low.
Do you feel that mental illness is inherited?
No, I don't.
You know,
It could be.
I think it came from either the wrong medicine at while the mother is carrying that child, because
Mm.
it's no sense that a healthy mother births an unhealthy child. Father is healthy, mother is healthy, but the child born in with difficulties. So it could be what doctors gave mother while carrying that baby that got into the baby and
so
turned the baby into what the baby is,
with
and
that,
grew up that way. Another way is parents abusing a child from too young, hitting them in certain ways they shouldn't hit them, could, psychologically turn into that
let's go
abuse.
for your theory then. Let's go for your theory. Do you a lot of things? Let's say, oh my God, what's the oh boy, yeah, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. When a person is born male or female, that's something that happens in the body. You feel like that's something that was done because of doctors, or is that
Yeah,
genetics?
think, think about it. There's certain things the doctor gives the mother and the development of the child. And in some cases, they say the mother has some form of sickness or disease at the time. And to save the child from getting that, they're giving the mother some things to protect the child. And those things can lead it, if you get into the child before the child even become a child,
But,
could
but before all of that, the
develop into that.
respecter. Before all of that, there was two-headed. There was two-headed monsters. There was um eunuchs. There was um I mean all of those things before all of these prescriptions
But
or over-the-counter medicine. Donna says over-the-counter over-the-counter medicines, over-the-counter drugs can trigger conditions just as much as prescription drugs.
absolutely.
Okay, but not conditions such as those that I mentioned, I don't think. Not conditions such as what I've mentioned.
That over the counter
I'm,
drugs can cause that. That's what you're saying?
Or prescription drugs
I'm
can
saying it's more
cause
than
those
one
things.
way that can happen.
Yeah, man. What you mean? Of course, them things that can affect a fetus. Certain drugs. If you take in certain drugs,
Yeah,
it can affect the fetus.
yeah, but I'm speaking of conjoined twins, persons being born as with the male and
It can affect drugs. Can certain drugs you take can affect and cause that? Can cause that.
Queen.
Yes.
Those are things that's been happening from Wapi Kill Philip before all of these.
Yeah, but who knows? Them times that they used to still practice drugs and witchcraft and all kind of stuff too. Remember that?
I'm talking.
Yeah, draw.
And they
No,
still
you're
doing it.
drawing. You're drawing for stuff though, but
Wow, that
drawing
in those days, they used to
no,
do drugs. They used to have produce drugs same way too, and experiment with drugs and what have you. Look at the mad scientists where they take kidnap people in England to do an experiment with when they might try find certain drugs or cure for certain things. Eh? Those things
Some
happen.
mothers take drugs.
that's the genetic
Some mothers take
disorders.
drugs. Some mothers drink
That's the
while
genetic
they while they're
disorder.
developing that child.
What you said? Go ahead, Respecta. What you say?
I said some mothers take drugs while they're pregnant and drink heavily while they're pregnant.
All right, may I move?
That's
We move.
another way.
Well, we don't I don't actually agree with the findings. And that's my opinion. I don't agree with the findings.
Me too. The findings can be to take the eyes off the doctors who made those mistakes and made some of the mistakes. They don't want to fall back on the hospital and the doctors and turn into lawsuits. So they're going on.
Everybody get payoff. I tell you that I tell you them pharmaceutical companies now. Mm. They pay big money.
Isa not going to argue with you folks. Not even going to argue.
I hear you, lady.
I'm not Isa not going to argue or says anything to use the folks in real.
Mhm. Well, you ask us to comment on it, so that's what we're doing.
I
What-
should keep that short.
What's our opinion on it? So we're giving you our opinions on it.
Exploding pacemakers and devices.
Wow! Oh God, that's crazy.
We were sent a article on I think it was submitted by Sharon in regards to a individual. No, it was submitted by
Trump.
yeah, it was submitted no, it was submitted by Misha. Misha. I just received something came through by from Don Minot sent.
Really?
That's why I got a little quiet. It's not coming up here on our board here. That's what I've noticed. Some of the things are not coming up on the board for us to put out there. So Don, thanks for posting this here, but it still haven't came up on our board. I've been noticing when we come off, I see a lot of comments that are made and I can't see them. But Don says Tufton urges family not to leave loved ones at hospital for Christmas. That is some sad business right there.
Say that one more time.
Tufton urges families not to leave loved ones at hospital for Christmas. So if them sick and them are and them off that, oh, where you want them out of there? And so, I mean, like, what kind of comment is that? What kind of
Crazy,
is that?
crazy.
Jamaica,
In America, they take Christmas to the hospital. They take Christmas to the hospital in America and other countries.
well,
Mm.
I guess he's saying because I think I saw him made a comment such as, for one of those other holidays where he says that persons will bring their family members. Jamaica kind of easy.
Thanksgiving.
Jamaica people. Jamaica people. It's not Jamaica. It's not the island of Jamaica. It's Jamaica people. It's the people that is in Jamaica. They're different. There was something, and I gotta check and see if this is another one. According, is that there was some people that was I think it was one of those holidays previously before this that said persons would take their family members that they have to care for and bring them to the hospital and drop them off there and after the holiday they go pick them back up. Ah, so
They're special.
I'm wondering if this is one of them. I think this is one
I'm,
of the
sur-
things one of the Jamaica
I'm
people
surprised.
it's not
I'm
they're
surprised
not
y'all
easy.
laughing at that.
Huh?
I'm surprised that y'all laughing at that.
I mean, because it's
That's no, but I mean it's sad. I'm laughing because it is sad. I
it's
mean,
you know, but it's sad that they cannot even. But these people saying they want to enjoy the Christmas, and they don't have anyone to care for their sick loved ones.
crazy.
So they bring them to the hospitals and
Mm,
drop them off there, and then go pick them
go
up.
party and have fun and then come back and pick them up after.
That's not what
Crazy.
hospitals are made for. That's not
It's
what
laughable.
they're made for. You know what I'm saying? And then that
If
takes up the
Mm,
bed. That takes up beds for persons who really need those beds.
mm,
that's evil.
Yes.
mm,
See, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Thompson has again urged families to take care of their loved ones and not drop them off at the hospital.
mm,
Yes. So this is Jamaica, a different breed of people.
mm,
I mean,
Which
mm.
part of Jamaica are you talking about?
Jamaica in whole. He
Remember,
didn't
there's
give a
two Jamaica.
specific, huh?
Remember, there's two Jamaica.
You know who I heard said that? What him name there? Isaac Buchanan. I heard him said that last night. There's two Jamaican.
But
Two
Donna said it
Jamaica.
last week. Donna said it last week that there was two Jamaica. There's and this reminder should just resolve in our mind that there's two of everything. How about there's two lady Grease, there's two Darespecta, there's two Queen, there's two everybody. It's two of my houses, not just one. It's come on, people.
Mm,
Come on now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come on.
if you leave your house and walk around the corner, there's another house that looks just like yours with a
Just
pole
like
in it.
mine.
mm.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna Donna says yes, there's two Jamaicas. See? Better start up. No better not start up that area. Y'all don't start. You don't start her up. Don't start her up. Let me
I'm
tell you.
family from Jamaica go up on run tour.
Mm.
And
Oh
then
my
what that
God.
come back
Hey,
to
Exploding,
Jamaica.
exploding.
you have to laugh sometime, with these things going on in Jamaica. Why all these things going on in Jamaica? I mean, things go on everywhere, but why all these things going on in Jamaica? These are the
Chosen.
unusual things.
That's the chosen. That's the chosen land.
It's in the
That's the
medicine.
chosen land.
That's
Mm.
the chosen land. That's
It's
the
in the
chosen land.
vaccine.
That's the
It's in the
chosen
smoke.
land. And
It's in a
our
lot of things.
people are so very, very unique in
Mm.
in 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 every capacity that you can think of. We're very unique.
It's too
So
unique
and we're
because
in the spotlight of the world. Everybody
Mhm, mm.
Jamaica and reggae music and all of this stuff. So we're in the forefront. Jamaica is one of the places
Yeah.
Jamaica is one of the places in the world. What to
but
say is one of the best.
it's love.
Yes,
It's
is one
love.
of the best places in the world. It
It's
is.
love.
So
And
that's why
it's
we
But
true.
are
I
that's why we are in
go
the
on.
forefront of everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
the
I heard
leaders
these Africans on YouTube, they did a thing with the Africans and they were asking them what they love about Jamaica or if they like Jamaicans. And that's what they were all saying, oh, Jamaica this, and they love Jamaica and they love the music and they love the culture and I'm saying, wow.
but there's a lot that people not paying attention to. The leaders are not paying attention to some things that's going on right now. They
Mhm.
have these girls calling each other bro and even dad, father, and they don't realize what they're doing. And nobody's saying, "I'm not a bro. What are you calling me bro? I'm a girl. I'm a woman." So there's lot of little things being thrown onto these young people at a young age, trying to confuse them. Oh, I'm not a girl no more. I'm a bro. And maybe it's a possibility to get them interested in the other sex, into another lifestyle, and they're not paying attention to it. Why is it so hard for people to say, I'm not a bro, I'm not a B? you told me that.
But I not just the young one, them respect. I mean, it's like young and old. Everybody, so it's like them in our days.
But it's like the young is feeding from the old. And it's not supposed to be that way in a negative sense. It's supposed to be an example, like we talked about a few months ago, being a mentor. Nobody is mentoring anyone in Jamaica. As far as we know. Everybody just left to run free and act what they want to act, do what they want to do, disrespect what they want to disrespect. Parents can't talk to a child, so on and so forth. Everybody cuss with everybody. Dirty boy, dirty girl, all these talks makes life different. No respect. And it's continuing in music and TV shows and movies. And the leaders are not paying attention to that.
Okay, Don says, I saw a picture of a male patient sitting on chair with his friend standing beside him and holding the bag with the drip in Jamaica. Yeah.
Mm. Can you imagine? And things like one. Yeah, I with the rat them I run round.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know
with the
why.
rat, with the big rat them run round.
I'm not really sure why the comments are not showing up on this feed, but for some reason it's popping up on my other phone. So I'm glad that I'm able to see your comments so that you don't feel that we're ignoring the comments. So I'm glad that it's coming up on the Facebook feed here, and but it's not coming up on my board. I just want you to know
But
that that's why I can't post the questions on the board.
when those
But
things
yeah,
started coming to Jamaica, because Jamaica never used to have those things.
what?
Right.
How we I say rat been there Jamaica, the big rat them? How we I say?
Jamaica
Not
don't
in the
have
80s,
rats.
not in the
Rat
70s,
been there Jamaica.
Just say
not
you never see rats.
It been have some field mice, rat is some big jumbo. How we I say?
Yeah, but
Rat.
it's a
I never
sad
see them.
thing. It's a sad thing, to have to witness such a thing. His friend holding his back. You know what? Let me tell you something. When I had the one of the persons that used to work for me when I had my club in St. Mary, and in order, he was not feeling good and we had to go there. And do you know they gave us the packet of the blood with his blood to bring to somewhere else to have it analyzed to the lab? How could you do? I said, how can that be possible? We
Mm.
want this
Get contaminated.
classification of the blood
Uh,
because they don't have the. Let me tell you something, man.
the equipment to do it, process it. Lord
Just
have
tell
mercy.
him to shut his mouth. They need to deal with what's Tufton,
Mm,
Andrew, anybody in office in the position of servicing the citizens of Jamaica needs to be I'm back to this this accountability, 2020 need to be full of enough accountability.
mhm,
They need
yeah,
to be held accountable for the atrocities that are going on in
agree.
Jamaica, especially in Jamaica medical facilities. They
Mm,
are to be held accountable.
mm,
Okay.
mm, mm,
I mean, they give us the blood
mm,
to bring to the lab.
mm,
To bring the blood to the lab, they came back that it wasn't right. We had to go back, get the blood again.
mm,
And I said, I'm not gonna be walking with this man blood. This is nasty.
mm, mm, mm,
This is crazy. And
mm,
these are experiences. I'm not just talking about what people say.
mm,
Talking about things that has been experienced.
Mm.
Donna says
Which
they are trying to kill our genders. They're trying to kill. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I don't understand why Jamaica medical facilities are not equipped with the amount of donations that they get and support that they get. It's just these people need to be held accountable for all of the money. First of all, them run down Shaggy the other day said Shaggy they don't get the money from Shaggy.
Mm-mm.
Shaggy officer weird. But still, where is the equipment that money that Shaggy
Yeah.
in? Where did him
Well,
give it
that's why I'm
from?
saying now release. That's why I'm saying now release the money till him see it.
This is madness. The respect
Yeah.
queen. Oh man, we
I'm
we
not
we
touching that one.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, that's why Shaggy said now release the money till him see it. Because they was to build the next section to the children hospital and they didn't do it.
explode.
They never start the job. And him say him have to see it. They have to start that job before him release the money.
And I hope he did so.
But
I
as far as I know, he did not.
so I hope no, I'm not talking about releasing the money. I'm talking about I hope he held on to the money.
Oh, oh, oh.
He
Okay.
saw some type of change. Explosion in alleged from an alleged exploding medical device. These things are things, and this happened in Clayton County in Georgia. All right. There was a man, he spent days digging. Well, there's an attorney spending days. Wait a minute. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Wayne has spent days digging into the case after a lawsuit was filed claiming a heart device exploded inside of a father, killing him and his son in Clayton County. Okay. Now, the device explodes in an individual. You know, a lot of persons are walking around with with pacemakers and all of these other devices. Miso Wilson says up. Blessings, blessings to you, blessings to you. Thanks for joining. Um, a lot of these devices persons are putting inside of them to help with their heart, you know, to be able to get shunts, to have to do their dialysis. You know, we're taking persons are taking a lot of risk, especially with these battery operated things. We're taking a lot of risk putting these man-made devices inside of us because it is told that these devices it is told that these devices are the only way that you can survive. But it is scary, you know, to know that a device explodes in this man, killing him and his son who was laying down next to him because they caught on fire. And instead of looking at the device, they're coming up with sprinkler system. Said the sprinkler system in the home was not working and the safety measures at the apartment complex where they live was a failure.
They
What
don't want
Mm.
to
happened
take
to the
responsibility.
device?
They don't want to take responsibility. They don't want the lawsuit.
But can you imagine that child? Because it's smoke inhalation, them say he died from. Can you
Yeah,
imagine that child breathing 3.5 year old child breathing that smoke? Man.
the gentleman had a heart failure. He was diagnosed with heart failure. And yeah, Donna says she says those devices are experimental and defective and they are crazy. It's crazy. Okay, he was diagnosed with heart failure, had an implanted heart mate 3 left ventricular assist system, and that the battery cells inside it combusted or exploded, which stopped Tarawali's heart and caused his death.
Mm.
Okay? It exploded. Mean, imagine. Now,
Mhm.
I don't think is envisioning when me answer to you.
Mhm.
I don't know if is envisioning the
Yeah, when I read it, I said, "My God,
blew open the Manchester, and
boy, yeah, catch a fire till him out, catch a fire,
and the bed and everything
and
burned.
everything catch a fire."
Oh,
Mm.
mercy God. What are we putting? What are we putting inside of us?
Mhm. Mm.
Is there not some natural remedies, things that
Be careful.
we can use? Donna says the components of the batteries are dangerous. It is. Look at just your car battery.
Mhm.
I was seeing a thing
Combustible.
on my car saying um battery, oh my God, I forget, but it's like it's telling me that the battery is spilling
What
out.
corroded?
No, it's
Oh,
battery itself is spilling out something. So I
oh.
have to bring my car back to the dealer to find out why is this battery doing that? Do I need a new battery? What? But imagine these devices are inside.
Mm.
It is sewn up in your body.
Mhm.
These devices are sewn in your body.
Mhm.
So there's nothing there to monitor
Mm.
necessarily the function of the device unless you go to the doctor every X amount of months or years to get these devices checked. It's something that's some serious business.
Mhm.
That's some serious business. The respecter?
Yeah, and I think those type of situation, I think the people that has them in their body when they fall asleep, I don't think they wake up on their own. I think someone gotta wake them.
No, because I know, listen, I know persons with pacemakers. You know what? Before my aunt passed away, she had hers for a couple of years. And she used to always say everything that every way that she felt negative, she used to say, at this pacemaker from I put this pacemaker in. This happened, this and this happened. But
Mhm.
everybody's auntie is not the pacemaker. Stuff you good service. But suppose it really was
It was, yeah.
causing certain effects on her, and because we feel that these devices are safe, and
Mhm.
when they are inserted in us based off doctors recommendations, we feel that there's no faultiness about it. It is alleged that this device is not even alleged, she's saying this device exploded in her
Yeah.
husband.
Mhm.
They are now filing, this is in Georgia, Clayton County,
Mhm.
okay? And they're
Mhm.
filing big charges. They're saying it's an African
Yeah.
family. They migrated here to get the proper health care, and
Mhm.
this proper health care here end up killing them. So we can't even
Mhm.
say this is Jamaica and this is America,
Mhm.
right here in Georgia.
Right in Georgia. Mhm.
Okay. And
Mhm.
so, I mean, I don't even want to scare anyone and I don't know what to tell you, but when they tell you to come back every 3 years or every X amount of years to get your devices checked, I think you all should ask for more for sooner times. I think those devices need to be checked every 3 to 6 months or something to that effect, because it is madness that this device exploded and bust open this man's chest and caused a fire. in his home. Imagine what Jesus, me don't even want to imagine. But anyway,
Mm.
all I want to say to each and every one that has these devices, go and get it checked. Especially if you all are using this what do you call it? This, what's that device? This heart device. Um Now that we see that it's something that have exploded in someone's chest, it's called the HeartMate 3. Okay, it assists is an assist system. So HeartMate 3 left ventricular assist system. Okay, so if any of you have that, you all need to really go and get it checked up. Let your doctors know. It was on WSB radio in Atlanta. It's a case that's going on right now in Clayton County here in Georgia, and you all need to get your devices checked. Okay, Donna says the lithium batteries are explosives. Yeah, and she says people are under mind control, is a psychological warfare. This is serious business. So for all of you that having those devices inside of you, please go get them check up. Tell them say you need more than
Now,
just, yeah. Go ahead, Respecter.
there's someone that's assigned to them, that's supposed to go to the home to
I
make
don't
sure they're,
know.
they're in, doing what they're supposed to do.
The persons that I know that have even the pacemakers, they go every couple of years. They don't even check them every year. So since I've saw this case and I've heard it, um I'm encouraging each and every one, go talk to your doctors and let them know that this is something that has happened. It's not a hoax, it's nothing like that. This is something that has happened. And you want them to check your device out and make sure that it is not malfunctioning. And for those who don't have it, if it's a recommendation for you to get it, ask them if there is another alternative, because you don't want any foreign objects inside of your body. Okay, that's my encouragement. Queen,
Yes, ma'am.
all
Me
right.
too.
Oh,
I'm down.
and is Black people aware of what is going on? And are we getting prepared? Prepared for what? That's melanated skin people. Prepared for what? Well, I don't know if everyone has been really paying attention. It's the respecter says, are we ever gonna wake up?
Mm.
Don't know if we're paying attention to the rash of hangings, cross burnings,
Mhm, mhm,
you know,
mhm,
racial tensions that are going on.
mhm.
But if we're not, we need to. We need to really, really wake up and
Lady,
tend.
people are moving now like they are zombies. I'm telling you. I'm on the road and they're driving. The other day I was driving with my son and this one he almost came over on us. And I said, "Oh my God, oh my God." And he good thing he's a good driver. That guy ran in the next lane. Thank God nobody was in the next lane next to him either. And look, I said, "Oh my God, is he on his phone?" My son said, "No, ma, he's just a zombie in his own world."
Well, I think that's what a lot of persons are, is not paying attention to what really
Yeah,
is going on.
what's going
There's
on?
a prominent case that's going on right now.
They're just moving.
This happened a day ago where, no, this happened in November, and there's a case that is taking effect on it. Wait a minute. No. Harassment after federal. Oh, it happened on the 20th. So yeah, it was a day ago. It was yesterday, where this South Carolina couple has filed charges for racial discrimination against their neighbor. They've noticed that they've done it on Thanksgiving. They noticed that they've been sending a lot of hate threats and saying hateful things to them. And now this burning of the cross thing is happening. Luckily, these individuals have been arrested, and they have been charged with a hate crime because it's alleged it is saying that it is against the law to burn a cross because it symbols hate. So I'm glad that the authorities there is jumping on it, but I'm also worried for the family.
Trump Coney is coming out.
Any repercussions when these persons come out of jail, because I guess they're on bond or going to be on bond and all of that. So I'm really concerned about the family. So, as the respecter says, the
There are
respecter, you says, are we ever going to wake
there
up? What's your thought on that? Are we ever going to wake up?
not just wake up, but stay on the alert. Realize that these hate groups around this country, around this world, they're constantly planning. They're planning right now that if Trump, whatever reason, don't end up continuing running for president
Yeah, that's it. Trump cronies.
and lose, it's going to be a terrible mess in this country because it's going to be January 6th all over again, but then it's from the neighborhoods, communities, and if we're not prepared, we don't have nobody who are planning and organizing and saying, folks, this is what we need to do. If this starts, this is what we need to do. And there's somebody that got to get to police departments and say, okay, XYZ, and got to be on the alert. Because these people are truly believing in one thing and one thing alone, that they are the only one that's supposed to be in this country, in this world.
I'm
And they, while they're planning overnight, we are sleeping. While they're planning, we're partying.
Mm-hmm.
While they're cooking up and planning and cooking up, we're having fun.
We're having fun. We're partying.
And
We're wearing name brand clothes.
I don't want to get caught off guard. We have to protect ourselves.
Let me tell you.
We have to have some things in place
Oh yeah.
to fear and to pretend this is going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But if it does happen in our community, what we're going to do? What part of your house you can hide or take cover or defend yourself?
The respecter.
Yes.
I just started combat training. All right.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
it's just combat training in I go to the field and I have an instructor that puts me through a lot of different scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
right? And showing me the proper stance, because it just don't require of you. I know about gun, I just take the gun and I'm gonna shoot it, bam bam, and that's it.
You don't want to waste the bullet.
There is a technique to all of this. There is
Yeah.
a technique to all of this. And in there, he even takes us and he shows us and he points and say, look at who's around you. The 3 or 4 of us is the only black people. Let me tell you something. Inside of there is full of like 30, 40 of them in there.
Yes.
And out of all of that, I even said to him one time, I'm quite uncomfortable in here because the amount of Caucasian folks that are in there and learning combat training, and they're not in the army. Like in you. And they are in this place learning combat. They even had a little one he couldn't be more than 10 years old in there learning combat training. Okay? How to properly stance, to point, to hit your target, to reload quickly, all of this stuff. And let me tell you something. How many of us is in there? Because we're busy partying, buying name brand clothes. We don't even have the proper weaponry. Cause
Yeah.
my little pipe, my little thing where I used to have. Them say, where you going with that? Eh, the man say, "Lady, where you go with that? That, that is stick city. He said
That
that
on
will
a
not stop
distance
stick
to it.
up on you, mommy. So, these people, when you in there, you hear the rifle. The man said that's the sound of a rifle. You go whoo whoo whoo. I mean, you're just it's really and it is really an eye opener when you go to when you go to these places and see whom is in there and the combat that they are learning in these places that the melanated skin people are not even thinking about. So
There's a couple stories
you
out there.
pose the right question, the respecter. When are
There's
we
a couple
gonna wake
stories.
up?
Right. There's a couple stories out there. The reason why they're doing that in bunches because they realize that at some point they're gonna say to hell with this. We're gonna get fed up, and they're thinking that we're gonna start acting the way they're acting. We're gonna go for them, come for them, and all that type of stuff. So they're kind of terrified, but they are
And let,
doing the right thing by preparing themselves so that if that moment ever comes,
yeah, and
because
let me
there's a
make a
few
quick
groups,
disclaimer. We are not
organized groups in
inciting
this
any
country.
violence. Let me make a quick disclaimer. We're not inciting any violence. We're not inciting any group to come together and do anything. Only thing that we're saying is be prepared. They're coming to my home to teach me how to self do it the correct way in my home.
Yes, yes,
And my borders, my surrounding bordered areas of how to protect myself, not just from any other, but from anybody, and that's
anyone.
anyone, because you have a lot of persons now breaking into homes and different stuff like it's something that we need to learn for just our safety. Period.
I saw one of the most disturbing things this week on that which we saw it on, but it was a situation where this Latin man was decorating his yard in a subdivision, and he put up some decorative things, and a white man pushed through his gate and came in and ripped everything down and confronted him, and we don't do this in this, and just in his face. And I'm saying, imagine that if we go on their property and even bust through the gate like that, it's pop, 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 and no questions asked. But truthfully, we are more in control of acting the way they do and taking lives. And he got away scot free. Nothing was done about it. He's empowered. He's privileged to come on my property and rip my stuff down and walk away. And it's going on all over the country. They have no fear of us, the
Listen,
white supremacist ones.
it's 9:44. We're gonna get ready to open up the lines. Queen, we're gonna talk about
Yeah.
eyesight next week. Let's
Okay.
talk about
That's fine.
bring him in. That give us a little time as well to review the information that you provide to us with that. We're gonna open up the lines 706-955-2001. But we also want to talk about Rudy Giuliani and him filing bankruptcy now. Okay, he's filing bankruptcy. He doesn't have any money. Long time he's not no money, but the good thing, the good thing I read about it is that it still doesn't recruit him from having to pay those two individuals that he defamed. That sucks. So I don't know if that's gonna lead to. I don't know if that's
the,
gonna lead to Rudy. Um,
the demise of Rudy.
I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna lead to him having to sell everything he has because he had already have he has already put up his condo for sale from last year for six I think it's 2.6 million or 6 point something million, and no one still haven't bought. Okay, no one still haven't bought that um home from him. So I don't know what's gonna happen. He's gonna have to sell the drawers off of his butter. They're making sure that the lines are open. They're making sure that he's gonna pay these two young women for the I think it's 140 something $1 million. So I want to know where his best friend Donald is. I want to know where his best friend
Donald don't throw him
If
under
you
the
don't
bus.
don't come up with no money yet for this for help Giuliani. I really want to know where this best friend Donald is, to give him some money to help pay for all of this situation that is going on. So we'll see. And I don't know, he's 79 years old. So but him bold and bright and feisty and figure the people and their money because he's there talking about he stands by what he says. He stands by them and pay them their money. Pay them their money. You don't have to apologize or anything like that. Okay. Also, Financial Service Commission, Hugh Avery case was dropped. They can't find a simple laptop. We'll go
I
into
imagine.
That's in regards to the SSL case. We're gonna go but into that one next week. We're gonna go into ISAT next week, the ISAT Buchanan in Jamaica. Yeah, and him being suspended
And
and
yeah.
the appeal well, filing for the appeal and winning in court that he can be able to continue practicing until after the appeal. So we're going to talk about that next week. And we also want to talk about Favor next week. We're going to talk about her as well because the time is coming down. We only got 10 minutes and I should have opened up the phone sooner than this. But we want to talk about Favor
Don't
as
forget.
well, with her talking about the teachers. I hope that she gets some teachers in there because I was sent an email, and I want to thank all the listeners who send in topics and stuff like that. I was sent an email with this little young girl being beaten in this classroom by just about all of the girls in the classroom. The way the wheeling and the noise and the wailing and the noise and all that was taking place in there, and no one, no teacher, no administrator, no nobody come to this young girl's defense. I want to know what she's gonna do.
And then she claims that she get 1,000 new teachers added.
I want to know where she
Eh,
gets.
I may. I wonder too.
We're gonna talk about that in its entirety next week. I don't know if I sent you all the recording. I don't know if you all took a look at it, the Respecter and Queen, but it broke my heart. Trust me. Because if I film a picnic, okay, we ain't gonna get into it. We ain't gonna get into it. Caller, you're live on the air.
Good night, all. It's Donna.
Good
Good night, Donna.
good night, Donna. Good night, Donna. Donna, I got a quick question for you. You said
Okay.
and I wanted you typed in some of these things are not hereditary. Sometimes here, I don't believe in hereditary disease, but I do believe mental illness is sometimes inherited. Why do you feel that?
Yeah, I do believe that because a lot of persons who are, suffering from mental illness, sometimes it's a family trait, so it's something that maybe they're most likely their parents or one of their parents suffered with, and it was somehow inherited by them. I am not the person who believes that it will happen to everybody, or I don't believe in hereditary diseases, like they would say, oh, your father, your grandfather, your grandmother, whosoever had cancer, so you're going to get cancer or whatever. I don't believe in those things, or high blood pressure or diabetes. I don't believe that hereditary. I believe that's just experimental. But in regards to mental illness, sometimes I believe, yes, that's inherited.
Okay, that's a thought. That's a thought.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
and I mean, it's not for everybody, because I think everybody have crazy people. Someone is crazy in their family, and it doesn't affect. Yeah, it doesn't affect everybody. I mean, in the
Yeah.
same way, maybe some you might. I don't think. I mean, everybody has something about them that people will probably say is crazy. I think. But it's like some people are just sick. They'll just get up and try just think about
Just weak-minded.
like that. Yeah, so you have people who are just crazy, just like you. They'll get up and want to poison people for no reason, and things like that. So you have people that's just sick like that. But you have some people, you if they have to defend themselves, they'll kill in self-defense. But you're not gonna get up and study on ways on how to kill other people.
Some
That's
people
what I
just
I
evil,
think
and
is
some
crazy.
people is
You know,
it's just mental. Yeah. So you
huh?
called in. What's going on?
Who?
You called in. So what are you enlightening us to?
Well, we were having
But
different
wait,
types of
wait.
conversations.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Huh?
Before you go into your conversation, let's all say happy
Mm.
birthday to Donna.
Oh, thank you.
It was Donna's birthday, and we didn't get to big her up. And I saw a
Yeah.
post, and I said, "Whoa, it was Donna's birthday." Donna is so humble that she didn't even say, "Well, it's my birthday, y'all." Well, happy birthday to you, Donna. We wish
Happy belated birthday, sis.
yes,
Thanks,
we
Happy
everyone.
wish you
Yeah.
birthday
a
to you.
billion more.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
Happy birthday
Uh,
to you. Happy
yeah. So
birthday to you.
You're being serenaded.
You hear
Yay,
Darespecta.
thank you.
Darespecta
Yeah.
serenading
So
you.
yeah, so pretty much,
Yeah.
like we had our conversation based on the Ark of the Covenant and how, I believe it was extraterrestrial, but I can give it to you from my experiences, but there's other information that I got on that, and I also put it together with the tablet devices, and you mentioned how it was a treasure that stored the laws, the 2 tablet laws, the 10 Commandments for the Israelites, uh, to keep those commandments on their Exodus. And I realized that it I do believe that it is extraterrestrial, because the tablets are it says it's galaxy tablets. And I believe that that's where the electrical energy is coming from, like the other galaxies in space. And if you look at the story about the Ark of the Covenant and the people whoever touched it, how they died, they got electrocuted, and whoever guarded it as the priest all developed cataracts and were blinded. So all of those things, I discussed it the other day with Respecter, and I was telling him that it's a fact, because my vision is 20 perfect. Okay. So but I noticed after I got the tablet, and it could have been another thing as well that contributed to the blurriness that I had started experiencing. that's what I experienced with the tablet. So the thing is, yeah, I'm pretty much aware. I'm pretty much sure that, the Ark of the Covenant and those things are related to extraterrestrial, and that's where the electric potential and they're using the cosmic rays and the gamma rays. It's high radiation
Okay, what you
that
saying?
they're
What you
using.
saying? The energies, right? Because we got 5 minutes. With you saying with the
Mhm.
energies, um,
Mhm.
so are you? Would you say that you believe somewhat of what Scientology
Mhm.
Scientologists, the persons
Mhm.
whom practice Scientologists versus, they feel that it's just energies that makes people. It's has nothing to do with God or anything such as. What's your view on that? Since you're speaking
No,
of
I
energies and
I
the Ark of
think
the
God made
Covenant
us.
and aliens and stuff
And
like.
like they say, where's God from? I don't know, but I know He made Earth for humans. I can say that. And yes, I mean our bodies are electrical. So from that standpoint, um, of course, like anything in regards to electricity is gonna affect our human anatomy. So that's when they'll say, "Oh, it's from the energy," because, like, they'll say it's electrical
So you
energy
don't
that
so you
holds the
don't
galaxies together. It's not gravity. Go ahead.
so you
What'd you
don't
say?
believe in like a soul. You don't it's electrical thing, the soul of a person, where they said the person's soul has left their body when they pass away. So you're not, since you're saying the body is electrical, because then that brings
Mm-hmm.
us to the beliefs of a lot of Scientologists, people that study the Scientologists' faith. It's
And
that is electrons and neutrons and all of these things
okay,
that.
let
Go ahead.
let me tell you, because it's 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, and 6 protons. That's the number of life. 666 is also the devil. They call 666, but it's actually the numbers of life: 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Okay, so 666 is both works both ways because it's the number of life as well. So the thing is that so that's what sustains life. 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons.
So,
So the thing is that when you mention Scientology, let me
mhm,
let me just
yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead. You was
No,
gonna
no, no,
say
no, no. Go
something?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Complete your thought.
No, so when you mention Scientology, let me tell you something. My daughter was going to high school, and then they had something at MTV on in the 42nd Street area, and I went with her school, but I wasn't allowed to go upstairs with them. So I stayed outside and walked around waiting for her. So while I was out there, they said, come and look at a 15 minute free movie. And I said, okay, so what's it gonna hurt for me to go to look at a movie, because I'm just walking around out here. So I went, and it was Church of Scientology. Okay, and they were giving this free movie or whatever, and I there's so much that I learned from what that place, that time when I went to 42nd Street, and they said how they were the first people that was on scene for 9/11 and all sorts of things like that. So that's how come I know it was them. It's a science thing. It's Scientology, science and psychology, science and biology. That's what makes up the Scientology thing. And this is how they could brainwash you. They could put you in a hypnotic state that you would be in total disarray. You'll be in confusion, not knowing what actually occurred, because no planes didn't crash into the World Trade Center. Okay, and it was not done something is strange about their story and it being on 9/11.
Right, but
Okay.
it's your belief that
I'm
no
gonna send you.
plane. It's
I'm gonna
your
send you
belief.
another video for you to review for yourself,
It's
and
so it's
you
basically
just
your
listen,
belief that
huh?
there's. We have 2 minutes. It is your belief that
Mhm.
there was not a plane
It's
that
a
crashed
fact.
into the World Trade Center.
No, it could never be planes that could. Do you know if a plane, just the nose of a plane, touched those structural steel buildings, it would have crumbled. It was the Ark of the Covenant. This is what I believe with sound waves. That has to do with the Brooklyn Bridge
Yeah, but
and
so
the
do you
sound.
feel? So are you
And
saying that um what people said that they saw is not with their own two eyes?
no,
We're not talking
no.
about television and where things can be edited or made to look like what it's not. Persons who
Mm.
saw the plane go into the building.
No, that's just like what do you call it? The holograms. That's not anything of the sort. Okay, that is not. It's not possible, and that's what I'm saying. It's impossible, totally impossible. And if you look at the look at it from a whole nother point of view in regards to stock, okay, you can see wherein that it is related to United Airlines
I
and the American Airlines
I
pla-
feel that the planes
plane that
crashing. I feel that
huh?
the planes crashing into the building could have brought it down. There was two planes that crashed. It wasn't even just one. There were two planes,
What?
and if it knocks you, if you get a little damaged, little bit of
Mm-hmm.
damage, a crack or anything on your home, it's a possibility
Mm-hmm.
you can go down. So I don't
Right,
yeah.
yeah, but that's not what it to me. This is what I'm gathering more and more. I learn and I say, okay, it was sound wave related, and that sound wave triggered some radiation substance that is in the Ark of the Covenant.
Okay.
Okay,
So what we're gonna
so
do,
that's
we're
what
gonna
if you look,
practice.
the Ark of the Covenant broke down. What is it? Jericho walls, right? Crumbled it. That's the powers that it had. It had the powers to separate the sea. All right, so that they could cross the sea. So this is something that okay. This is my belief. Those
So
sound.
where is the covenant? In New York? How
Yes,
it vibrate? Huh? How the vibration?
I can't talk to you off of the air about a whole lot of things that I would want to say. Okay, I mean on the air rather. I'd rather talk to you off the air. You get me? Because this is some heavy stuff. And although I really don't care because if I'm touching certain stuff, I really don't. I mean, it has to be put out there for people to know where's the Ark of the Covenant, right here in New York. Okay, so
Okay.
whether
So
it's
we
duplicated or it's the original one, this is how come I know. Because everything that they did, I'm Queen of Sheba. You get what I'm saying? So this is no one calls me Donna when I was growing up. They always call me Queen of Sheba, but I just thought it was just something that they were just saying or whatever and this and that. No, it's true. I can prove it to you. That's why everything around me is based on Ethiopia. So after they do everything, they put their evil on display, and then this is how I got
Hmm.
to search everything that they put around me to
well
find out
well we
that it is that's what it's all about.
well
It's
we
all about
have
this
to
is
head on out of here
history.
because we've gone 2 minutes over, and I know our sponsors are going to get us. So we're gonna have to head on out of here. And yeah, maybe we have to take you up off the air as well and listen
Yeah.
to some of what you have to say, Donna. So
Mm,
definitely we thank you each and every week for joining us and enlightening us on a lot of your
mm,
beliefs and a lot of things that you say that you've seen that makes you believe what you believe. So we're going to talk a little bit more off of the air with you, and we just want to thank each and everyone for joining us
mm,
each and every
mm,
Thursdays right here on Reasoning Thursdays on the Powerhouse DA Powerhouse Radio. So we asked you to share, and tell a friend and a family member that yeah, we are here. We are here. We are here. And we just wish you all the best. Queen, you want to say arrivederci to our listeners?
Hey everyone, it was good being here. Y'all have a blessed and prosperous new year. Enjoy the Christmas now, and we'll see you in the coming year. Bless up.
Spectre?
That's a
Well, I want to say to my friend Donna that don't feel bad. They used to call me Shaka Zulu the warrior.
I tell them,
The respect.
Shaka Zulu. I'm the tribe of Shaka Zulu. I tell them
That's
that
it.
all the
That's
time.
it.
Yes.
All right, so we
Okay,
have
so
to
that's
skip up
what it
on.
is.
We have to skip on out
Uh,
of here, and we just want to for all those who celebrate Christmas. We want to say Merry Christmas to you. We hope that you have a blessed Christmas, however you celebrate it. We just encourage each and everyone to remember the reason for the season. I had seen a text said that is the lady. This is the one of the most worst Christmases that I've ever had because I'm not able to provide and buy gifts and do all of what I used to do. And I did tell the individual that the problem is, you know, we're thinking too much about the
Gift giving.
pagan side of it is what we made what I
Mhm,
and we need to more think of the reason for the season. And
mhm,
the reason for the season is love.
mhm,
Love that God loved us so much that they said that is recorded that he gave us his only begotten son. So
Mm.
he loved us so much. So that's what we need to focus on for this season
mhm.
is the love that God
Yeah,
had for
our brothers and sisters. Yeah.
and love for each other that we must and that we should share amongst each other. So my prayers to you all is I wish you all the best blessings upon blessings. So we check you all on out next week. If we're not on, then I guess it's the new year, huh? But we're gonna be on next week. We got too much to talk about. Ciao, ciao.
Big up, love, love.
Donna, love
We
you.
wish
Thank
you
you,
a
Donna.
reggae Christmas. We wish you
We
a
wish you
reggae
a reggae
Christmas.
Christmas from the
We
Powerhouse
wish you
Radio.
a reggae Christmas and a
For
reggae
Reasoning
New Year.
Thursdays, the
We wish you
Respecta,
a reggae
the
Christmas.
Queen,
We
and the
wish you
Lady.
a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas and a reggae New Year. Body killer mini man, you welcome Capleton and Luciana. You welcome Sizzla and Shama. You welcome to the
For
Rebel and
those who
Voodoo.
celebrate
You
Hanukkah,
welcome
happy
Anthony
Hanukkah to
B.
you.
You welcome Daddy Ryan Briggy. You welcome Josie and Charlie. You welcome Everton Blender. You welcome Yami Bolo. You welcome Red Rat and Degree. You welcome Shabby and Raven. You welcome who know your name. You still welcome. Wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas and a reggae New Year. We
Yeah.
wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas and a reggae New Year.